Hi, I'm Jami from Reebok CrossFit Thames.
And I'm Annie Thorsader from Reebok CrossFit Reykjavik.
Going to look at some ideas on how to warm up your shoulder for the overhead position. First thing Annie's going to do, she's going to lean sideways against the wall, bring her arm all the way overhead. She's going to push her body towards the wall. She's going to feel that stretch around this area. From there, Annie can also change direction as to go more diagonal, like this way. And then she can also go directly forwards. Okay. 5-10 repetitions of each. Once she's done those, she's going to turn facing the wall and repeat the same sequence. She's going to start by going against the wall. And she's going to go slightly sideways towards the wall. And then finally she's going to go directly forward in that direction. Good. 5-10 repetitions again. The next thing, once Annie's done with that, she's going to move on to the band. And as you work with these bands for the overhead position, you can either use a green one, a thick one, or you can double up a purple one. So Annie's going to put her wrist through, grab the band in a nice relaxed position. She's going to turn her palm facing upwards in that externally rotated position. She's going to move back, and then she's going to lean into it to get into the overhead position. In that position, if she feels comfortable, she can push her chest down towards the ground, or she can push sideways to increase the stretch. If this is not challenging enough for her, or she wants to make it a little bit harder, she can bring the same side leg the opposite way. Same side leg behind her and rotate into it to increase the stretch. Okay. Again, she's trying to maintain that wrist in the correct position, palm facing upwards, meaning shoulder is into external rotation. Okay, spend a couple minutes in that position with some movement, and next we're going to move on to lacrosse balls. So as we're talking about the shoulder and the overhead position, we're going to have a look at mobilizing the ribs on this top part of her spine, and also we're going to see something for that top rib, the first rib. So go ahead, Annie, just have a lie down on the ball. So the ball starts relatively high up. It's going to be between her shoulder blade and her spine, not directly on either one of them. She's going to do a movement where she brings the hand to the opposite side hip, and then she's going to go overhead, turning the arm into the externally rotated position. If she wants to make this worse for herself, she can put more weight over the ball and repeat the same thing. Good. Her goal is to keep her arm, her biceps, covering her ear in that overhead position. Good. So she would spend a couple minutes in that. And then we can move on to the smiley face. You can set this up in the corner of the room. And if you don't have this, you can just use a lacrosse ball against a squat rack, for example, to do the same thing. She's going to position her upper rib, the first rib, on the ball, or top of her shoulder on the ball. She's going to bend both of her knees. She's going to lift her hips up slightly, push against the ball, and then she's going to bring her hips down. Okay. From that position, she's going to move her arm from the opposite hip to overhead position again. Okay. She just lost this, so just make sure that you get into a position where you can maintain the stick safely. Just lift your hips up a little bit. Shoulder back. There we go. And she could do, again, spend 1 to 2 minutes in this position, mobilizing it. That's it.